Alright, for this problem we're going to solve for unit rate, and then we're going to make an XY table and show the unit rate graph. So here's my unit rate problem that I'm going to start with. It says in 3 rooms there are 90 chairs, and that is an average of how many chairs per room. So in order to find the unit rate, per means 1, so that's 1 unit. In order to find the unit rate, how many chairs per room, I'm going to divide 90 chairs, 3 rooms, that equals 30. So 30 chairs per room, per 1 room. So that's my unit rate that I'm going to start with, and I'll show you how to make a graph of that unit rate using an XY table. It's similar to what we did in the computer lab with our unit rate graphs there. Alright, so I'm starting with a unit rate of 30 per room. So let's make our XY table. I'll make it over here. Our XY table. So we're going to make 5 points. So we know that first we can start with 0. If we have 0 rooms, we'll have 0 chairs. So 0, 0 is our first point. If we have 1 room, we have 30 chairs per room. 1 room, 30 chairs. If we have 2 rooms, we're going to have 60 chairs. You can see that we're going up by increments of 30 each time. For every 1 change in X, we have 30 changes in Y. So 0, 1, 2, 3. 3 rooms, 90 chairs. And 4 rooms have 120 chairs. Alright. So let's try to graph this here. Now first thing we need to do is label our axes. So for the X values we have number of rooms. So I'm going to go up here to my first quadrant. I'm going to label this my X-axis. And my X-axis is rooms. So I'm going to say number of rooms. And my Y-axis, my Y number is represented chairs. So I'll label this chairs. That's my Y-axis. So I'm going to go by increments of 30. I'm going to say this is 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, okay? And we'll go in increments of 1 down here. 1, 2, 3, so on and so forth. So again, pick whatever scale makes sense for what unit rate you have. So that's what you want to label your graph as. So now we have our graph set up. And remember, for unit rate graphs, we only just use this first quadrant. Okay, because our graphs always start at the origin. So we're going to start at the origin. For 0, 0, we have our 1 point. Next, we're going to plot our point 1, 30. So if X equals 1, Y equals 30. Next we have 2, 60. If we have 2 rooms, we'll have 60 chairs. Over 2, up 60. Next we have 3, 90. Over 3, up 90. And finally we have X equals 4, Y equals 120. Over 4, up to 120. Alright, so now we have our line. We have our points, we can make our line. So our line is going to look just like that. And basically all unit rate graphs will look something like that, because we start at the origin, and we have a proportional relationship here. We have a linear graph that starts at the origin. Every time we have more rooms, we also have more chairs. Makes sense. And it goes up by increments of 30. 1 room, 30 chairs, 2 rooms, 60 chairs, so on and so forth. So that was graphing a unit rate, and we created a proportional graph.